the situation has not gotten better. The overall security situation in the region in Europe, I think it is not the Baltics, it's actually the Europe as such. The security situation is much more worrisome than it was before the large-scale invasion. We also understand that Russian broader idea is to drive US out of Europe and to reshape the European security architecture. These are their goals, and we understand it. And let's say they are constantly pushing towards that at any cost, as it seems at the moment. Russians would like to make Ukraine a crumbled state, a crippled state. And again, here I see that the Russians would also like to negotiate this broader safety and security of Russian borders, which is not only Ukraine then, but it is also the NATO eastern flank, trying to limit then the NATO activities, NATO infrastructure, NATO troop presence in the vicinity of Russia. So this is probably the Russian agenda with what they will show up, if they show up in negotiations. Russians are usually ready to negotiate if they perceive strength on the opposing side. Russia usually do not negotiate with weak opponents. They dictate to the weak opponents. So our plans must be credible, must be real, and must be backed up with real resource in regarding troops present or follow-on units. This must be backed up with proper resource regarding ammunition, for example. The follow-on forces, or let's say support forces, must be selected, designated. They must exercise in the potential future operation areas. So this all comes as one package. If we do our homework properly, then we will be able to deter Russia. And in my view, NATO in the coming 10-20 years, the main task will be to contain or deter Russia so it doesn't get any stupid ideas to push towards the West militarily. I think it's doable, but it also needs that we take the issue seriously in the West, and that we also invest into the proper, let's say, categories. Commitments without investments are nothing. There are several threats. First is we have to avoid any situation where Estonia would become, if let's say the situation where it would be possible for China to blackmail us based on the leverage it would have over us technologically, for example. This is one very important issue. The issue with the Chinese technology is that it's usually compatible only with another Chinese technological item. That's what I mean by blackmailing issue. So if there would be a situation where China would like to push us towards a political decision, for example, and we would have, let's say, some sectors which are technically, in reality, not under our control. That would mean all this equipment would be manipulatable from China. That's a situation we would also like to